Being recorded.
Good morning, everyone. This is Phyllis Nash, and I am here as one of your four co-founders. Really excited to be at the Diamond Factory, where we get together every Tuesday through Friday morning to get our day started up with like-minded, positive people. And so I'm so excited. It's a beautiful day in Chicago, sunshiny, little breezy, but we got some winners, guys, and I'm not going to take their glory away, but I'd just like to shout out for all of those people that were qualified for the travel points as well as the CV. You have Nadine and Eugene Delanato, who came in number one with 500 travel points. And then on our CV earners, we got our phenomenal Ernestine Davis. I'm going to leave this. I don't want to go through the names. I don't want to take this. I know um, not chief sales officer, our CEO wants to really glorify and blow you guys up on Monday morning. But I just want to say thanks for the whole team, everybody out there listening. A lot of you all have qualified for points. A lot of you all are killing it. And I am just excited. This is what it's all about. This is how we get to $1 billion big. And so I'm going to go on and get out of the way and let our phenomenal Dr. Roz come on up and share with you what her thoughts are. I recommend that you have paper and pen so that you can take copious notes, because this is not only our VP of communications, this is not only our DJ, Dr. Roz. Some of you don't know about that yet. Yeah, we will probably have an event where she can show those skills to the new people on board. Not only is she the servant leader, but she is an emerald on her way to diamond. And if you're new and just joining us, emerald means she has earned $50,000 in a calendar month, she and her team, which gives her the rank of emerald. So without further ado, Dr. Roz, you want to take it away, and you can close it out also, Dr. Roz.
All right, Phyllis. Thank you so much. Thank you. We can never, ever thank you enough for how you push us to be able to achieve all that's been taking place. You get so much credit for that because you are the push behind us. And I've got to go ahead and say those names again. I know she's going to say them on Monday, but I had it in my notes to just definitely get those people exhorted, knowing how well they did. We want to thank and congratulate Brenda Jones because she's the rookie of the year. We got to congratulate, as she already said, Nadine and Eugene Delanato with that 500 travel points and the first winner of the retail retreat because she hit it and now she's the winner of the retail retreat for one person. And then Ernestine Davis. Well, what can we say? What can we say? This girl is a go getter. She's the CV queen for April with over 1,500 CV, making her a silver dispensary owner. And then here's the thing I want to do I want to congratulate everybody whose name was on the list. Did you hear what I said? If your name was on the list, congratulations, because it took at least 500 CV to get your name on the list. So now, here we are, May. It's already May, guys. May, June, and July. Whose name wasn't on the list? Because you didn't get it done or because you didn't even try. Why? People say, well, I don't like to compete, or, well, listen, compete with yourself. You ain't got to compete with nobody, just compete with yourself. Or they say, I'm too busy. Well, can I tell you something? Everybody on this list is busy. Okay, everybody on, ask anybody on this list, are they doing anything else? So that's not an excuse. I'm just not interested. Well, you're not interested in yourself growing and developing and making some money and increasing your business? I don't think so. I think you are. Well, maybe you say, well, it doesn't really matter. Yes, it does. If you saw your name on that list, it would matter. Y'all go ahead. Y'all just go ahead and do this. I don't like that pressure. Well, listen, we don't put pressure on anybody. You do it the way you do it. You, as Phyllis Nash, our midwife, says, you do it while you do your life. Or somebody might say, well, that's just not my thing. Let me tell you something. It really is your thing. It really is everybody's thing. Because how many of you have ever gone to a job interview to get a job? Well, guess what? You were competing. You were competing against other applicants. But sometimes we can be afraid of competing for various reasons. And I know, I ain't scared. Yeah, sometimes we don't like to use that word because we know we're going to quote the Bible. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. I got you. But let me tell you something. Folks are scared. Sometimes folks are afraid. They're afraid to fail. The fear of failure, one, because the concern is the wrong concern, the concern about not performing well. Because some of us are harder on ourselves than others. Some of us really get hard on ourselves. But we're concerned about not performing well or not meeting the expectations. And so that keeps us from even trying. Number two, fear of rejection. The possibility of being judged negatively if you don't succeed, if you don't get on the list, if you don't hit that 500, that you don't measure up. Number three, the fear of comparison. Comparing yourself to somebody else's. No, comparing yourself to others and worrying about how you stack up, how you look compared to somebody else. Just look at yourself in the mirror. That's it. The fear of uncertainty. Competitions often come with some unknown variables, things that we're not expecting to happen. And that sometimes can be unsettling, but life be lifing. Number five, the fear of pressure. I don't like the pressure to perform at a higher level, particularly in front of others. We might do it in secret, but sometimes when we have to be in front of others and we're going to hear that name called, as they were named, names were put out there on the first week that it was done, and names were put out there saying who had already done it. 2 people had already done it when we got to conference, and then everybody went back and got to work. But the fear of the pressure can be sometimes overwhelming for some people. But I want you to know you can handle this pressure. The fear of losing face. Number 6, the fear of losing face. Sometimes we're concerned about losing face or feeling embarrassed if we don't succeed and we deter others from competing. Number 7, the fear of change. Competing might require stepping out of your comfort zone. It might require talking to somebody. It might require facing a new challenge. And sometimes we're frightened by that. Number 8, fear of perfectionism. Some of us are so much a perfectionist that if we're not number 1, we don't want to do it at all. If we're not, I just congratulated the folk who were on the list. Some of us fear that their performance won't be perfect. I often say this, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Number 9, the fear of conflict. Competitions can sometimes lead to some conflict or rivalry, and sometimes we don't like that rivalry. We don't, I play spades and folks be talking noise, and I'm not one of those talkers. I just perform. I just play the game. I'm just saying. But some folk talk, and some folk can't handle when the folk be talking noise, talking smack. Fear of time commitment. Number 10. Yeah, competing requires some time. It requires some effort. It requires some dedication. And sometimes that's daunting because we're busy. So I'm asking you this morning, Akana Nation, has anything I've said hit a pit in your stomach? Then understand your fear and face it. It will help you in any other area of your life. It's not just about what we're doing here at Akana Nation. It's not just about what we're doing for the retail retreat. This is about life. Because if fear blocks a door in one area, it's blocking a door in another area. So here's what I'm challenging you to do. Understand your fear and face it. Focus on growth. View a competition as an opportunity to grow and to learn. You grow and the company grows. Now let's talk about those two things. You grow and the company grows. Let me talk about the company growing first. Most of the people on here that have been here for any length of time, some of you may be brand new, and we welcome you to Akana, and you may have said, I'm falling in love with Akana. I love this company. Well, here, I'm going to ask you something. Do you really? I'm talking to everybody. Do you really? Because if you love Akana, then you want Akana to win. And if you want Akana to win, you get into the game. Because guess what? Akana does not win, does not reach $1 billion big without you. We make up Akana. Akana does not win, we do not succeed without us. It takes people. Melissa doesn't make Akana win. Phyllis doesn't make Akana win by themselves. It's a conglomeration of all of us working together. It even includes the folks who started the day we started that have helped us to get to the 5 years. And then some have dropped off by the wayside and chosen to do other things or whatever their reasons are. But guess what? You're here now. And some people were only ordained just to get us here. But if you're here now, you're ordained to get us across the finish line. Competitions help you grow. Now, that was about the company. But what about you? Competitions help you grow. Focus on that. See it as a path for growth rather than just winning or losing. See, nobody gets into the Olympics to win the bronze. Come on, let's just be real. They come from all over the world, but they don't fly from all those directions and work all those years to engage in those competitions to win the bronze. But everybody who's in the Olympics is proud to represent their country. And even if they're in last place, they were in the game because there's so many other millions of people that did not make it. I was just watching the NFL draft and I saw all of these players who in a matter of minutes, their life has been transformed. They've been working all their lives and their parents are elated and they're crying and they're, oh my God, tears are falling. My tears are falling because I'm excited for these young boys and these young men and the young women in the NBA, all of this in these drafts. But do you know somebody didn't make it? There are hundreds of people whose name was put into the draft, but they didn't get on the list. So embrace the challenges and chances to improve and to develop your skills. Take action. You hear our Phyllis tell us, take action, push. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the plunge and participate in the competition. You've got 3 more months. If you didn't do nothing in April, I challenge you to get involved right now because it's a challenge in your life, even if it feels a little intimidating. Each time you do it, each time there's another competition, it's a little less intimidating. And I'm closing with this because y'all know I love sports, right? In football, in basketball, whether it's college or pro, when a team is winning the game, when they're in the last quarter, when they're in the last couple of minutes of the game, if they really have a large lead, one of the things that every team will do is they'll empty out the court or empty out the field of all the people who start the game. And they allow the players who've been sitting on the bench to get into the game, just so they can say they played, just so they can say they were in a championship game. Get into the game. If you get one new customer, more than you had, you've already won. If you make some money or more money than you had, you won. If you put more effort in than you ever have, you won. If you see your name at the top of the list or at the bottom of the list, you've won because you're on the list. Congratulations to everybody. Let's get into the game, guys. We've got 3 months to run. We got 3 months to perfect ourselves, to engage in this, and 3 months to grow. Have a wonderful Akana kind of day, and bye for now.